Hey Scorpio, welcome to Tourmaline Tarot. We're going to do September 2022 read. Where did the time go? I can't believe we're here, but this wanted to do relationship read first, so I'm not going to argue with it. So this is the Oracle, and if it's yours, you'll know. If it's not yours, you'll also know. But let's see what it has to say. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Scorpio. These are only read upright too, so you don't gotta sweat any reversals. So I feel like, let's give a challenge and the outcome. Alright. So in the center you have the Tower. Now it's not tarot tower, it is more of like a Hierophant energy, where it's like of doing stuff the right way, contracts, obligations, etc. This could be commitments and things of that nature, like schooling, you know, all the stuff the Hierophant kind of represents. Also, not as much in this deck about the spiritual aspects of it, but kind of, there's an essence of leveling up overall with this read. Because over here you have the letter, and then you have the broken mirror. Then you have the sun, and then you have the children. All right, so this is nice energies. The broken mirror, some people worry about that because like they think broken mirrors mean bad luck. But at the same time, it's almost like a hanged man energy. Like there's a perspective. There's, you know, what happens when you break a mirror? You can't put it back together. You're never going to see it the same way again. So there is communication for, you know, you read it like a scale. There's like one person and the other person. So you kind of have to pick the side that resonates for the situation. Something is changing, and I feel like that communication is coming out. There's a perception that is shifting, and that knowledge is coming down. The sun, this is the person realizing it, and it's like there's a new start. And with the children, there is a level of innocence with children because, you know, like, unless you're talking like a movie like The Bad Seed or The Good Son or Orphan or something like that, usually kids are pretty good, right? You have like kind of like a dawning, like a new beginning. Like the sun is literally kind of like, oh, this is a possibility. Okay. Down here, the challenge is clever, is the fox. You know, I feel like there's that cleverness of like feeling each other out, being upfront, being like, here it is, because you might be feeling concern about the reaction that's received, or this other person's feeling concern about the reaction they're going to get when this finally comes out. But the bouquet, there's an offer. Something kind of comes out, something is kind of like packaged where it's like, here you go. Whether you're the giver or the receiver of that thing, we'll figure it out. It kind of depends which side matters for you. So over here with the letter and the broken mirror, like I said, there's that fox, that's the challenge. So you have the coffin with the snake. Now, it's not necessarily a person who has like a devil energy or like, you know, bad ideas or whatever, but there has to be an end to any kind of two-facedness, I guess is the best way to put it. Anything where it's someone trying to get one up, once someone needs to end situations that are not vibing with the whole enchilada. So I think with that broken mirror, like there's something clicks where they're like, oh, wait, I can't be doing that. Okay, we're going to stop it. We're going to stop this kind of like I said, there's like a two-facedness. So that might be like the, whoa, wait, what? So with the sun and the children, you're gaining knowledge. There's some, I hate to be like, there's secrets coming, but it's like good secrets. You know what I mean? It's like, I was doing this, but now I'm not doing this anymore. There was, you know, stuff that I was kind of keeping hidden. Like I was afraid of how this reaction was going to come out, but like it's chill. You know what I mean? So with this book, what is that about? The key. The key is, you know, I hate to say it's like a duh card. The key to moving all this forward is this kind of showing all the cards, literally, and kind of laying it out there. Like, here's what's going on. You know, like I said, I was afraid of how this was going to be received, but if we're going to do this, like, we need to put it on the table. Because what happens with the, okay, yeah, somebody's not really taking it. Like, I almost feel like with the Tower here, there is like a take it or leave it, because the pig is fat and happy. It's like, you know, you want me to change for what? You want me to do what? So there is an element of that. It's like prior to anything being able to level up or move, there needs to be this kind of like freeing up. So what is this offer about? It was the lilies. That's the kind of like Destiny Fate card. But what about this lilies? Let's talk to me about the lilies. There's way too many, but the stork, yeah, there's some resistance to change still. There's still someone dragging their feet. Because sometimes it like side quests. It's like, I have something else to say. I'm like, fine. So give me something on, thank you. Stuff gets on track. You know, trains have schedules. If they're off the track, it's bad. That's derailing. That, you know, there is more of a structure to what's coming down the pike. And there is no more dragging. Remember I said it was like there's a drag. That's going away. The drag is leaving. There's wind catching sails. I feel like that's going to be a real nice thing here. So now let's go on to the tarot. So this is the general one, but sometimes the relationship stuff has been spilling into the tarot. So if you weren't interested in relationships, let's see what else is cooking. 1, 2. Almost 5. 4. There it is. Okay. So, doing a 9er on this one. Okay. So at the center we have the 7 of Wands. There is kind of a defensiveness backup thing. It's also like a gimme a minute card. So you could just be kind of like, do you mind? So in the corners we have the 8 of Cups, Queen of Swords reversed, the Fool, and the Emperor. There's a like, you know what? We're going to put a pin in this. We're going to walk away from it for a second. I have my own stuff I got to do. I need to kind of take control. I'm also not going to make the decisions because the 8 of Cups is walking away, but like you didn't flip tables, you didn't have a shouting match. You're just like, I'm cool. So kind of like the decision is not been made yet. You're more concerned about what you have going on, Scorpio. So we have the 8 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the Fool. There's kind of saying, well, this 10 of Pentacles thing is not really going to happen right now, especially with it being in reversed. I need to go do my own thing. The Fool. I'm going to get moving on my own way. You don't want to feel stuck anymore with this 8 of Swords reversed. I hate when people are like, it's fear, it's blah, blah, blah. Well, whatever it is, you're moving out of it because you're just like, I feel at the same time, you know, the 8 of Swords is one of those cards where she could walk out of that situation at any moment, but she doesn't. Especially when it's upright. But in reverse, it's like, no. I'm free, baby. And there could be that element of like, I'm coming out, I need to defend it a little bit, but like I said, Judgment reversed. Judgment reversed for me is the universe version of the Justice card. Like Justice, it's still in your court. Judgment, universe is taking the wheel. I feel like you still have a window where you're going to be able to make these decisions before the universe is like, hey, Scorpio, I'm going to help you. So Judgment reversed, it's like clock's ticking, but you have like a certain amount of time. It's like when you're trying to get a kid to put on their shoes and you're like, you have 5 minutes before I do it for you. It's like one of those situations. But, you know, the decision isn't being made. The Lovers kind of comes down where the decision is going to be made and the control is back in your court. Okay, Scorpio, so I don't feel like you're just going off the rails willy-nilly. Like things do get, you know, righted and you do kind of get to do your own thing. But you're also, you don't want to be heavy-handed. You don't want the universe taking the wheel. But you want to not be, I hate to say, like, you don't want to have to be a hard ass. And I feel like the Emperor, it's not that ego-y, like, oh, I got this. It's more of like, I'm on it. I'm going to kind of do things the right way, make sure we're going the right direction. And give me one on this 7 of Wands. What is it about? Yeah, so you're just kind of done with any kind of disappointment stuff. If you've been watching, whatever situation this might be play out, you're just like, no, thank you. And like I said, you're just kind of removing yourself from the situation. It's like, I don't want to be part of this conversation. I'm just going to leave. You know, and not in like I said, there's no flipping tables. There's no mean words. It's just backing out of the room. And then someone looks around and goes, hey, where did Scorpio go? And you're like, away. So what is Scorpio doing here? 3 of Wands. Like I said, you have your own stuff going. And I feel like you make the decision to kind of be like, no, here's the control. Here's where my power lies. So even in the face of, you know, like the oracle stuff we were talking about, where this person's like dropping knowledge where you're like, oh, that explains so much. And oh, I want to be on track. And you still have to worry about your own business. You know, I hate to say like be your own backup plan, but you know, I plan for contingencies, and I've been married how long? You know, I'm capable. I like to make sure I remain capable. So the Lovers, what is that about? We have the 10 of Wands reversed. Nope. Like I said, there's just a backing out of the room slowly. Judgment reversed. Give me one on that. That is way too many, but it's 7 of Pentacles. Like, come on. We're waiting for you. Strength reversed. Like I said, there's just that, like, you have 5 more minutes to put your shoes on, Scorpio. And then I'm coming in. So what is the decision not being made with this Queen of Swords here? 3 of Cups. Like I said, something could be a good time. Something could be enjoyable. And that's why you're like, I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to. But at the same time, you putting that stuff down allows for whatever manifestation of your own stuff. Here's your window. Take it. All right, Scorpio. So, yeah, the Fool with the Page of Cups reversed. Page of Cups reversed is like, you have the energy of the Fool, but you're also like not all the way open. Like you're only looking through like a sliver of the door. And you're like, I don't know, and the Wheel of Fortune's on the bottom, I'm just saying. So yeah, it's like, do for yourself. If you've been watching something play out where you're like, this is not going to get any better. I feel like it does, but if you haven't been making decisions, make decisions for yourself that free you up to get what you want going, even if this other stuff comes around. You know, like I said, there's a lack of recognition. There's a lack of, whether it's yourself or others not seeing, like, do you understand what I'm bringing to the table? Do you understand that, like, I have all this mojo and know-how, you know? So you don't want to walk, but like I said, backing out of the room slowly. Now this is just straight up Lenormand. There is, you know, no clarifying with these guys. So, and it's only one at a time. Did you hear that? Did you hear that, cards? It said one at a time. You were, all right, it's the mice. So something's annoying. So we have the lilies, we have the garden, and we have the birds. It's time to put yourself out there. It's time to kind of, the birds is social media and stuff, can also be gossip, but with the garden, I really am getting more of like a social, it's like parties, outings, visibility, I think is really what the key is for you. Because you have the lilies, which is kind of the Wheel of Fortune-y, destiny. Things are panning out, things are moving. So it's like you need to kind of put yourself out there. Visibility, communicate, talk. You know, if you have a passion project that you've been sitting on, like, get it going. I don't care what's in retrograde. You can revisit in retrograde, whatever it might have been. If it was an old idea, if there's stuff that you've been like, that would have been good, you know, revisit it. Do all the stuff during retrogrades, you know. But I think it's like time, like, you know, shine. Get out there, tiger. So, closing it out with the Spirit Animal Oracle. Let's see. You have got the Wolf Pathfinder. So, release your past and start a new journey. I'm just saying. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. Okay? That's what we have, Scorpio, and I'll talk to you later.